Welcome everybody. So excited to be starting the pilot of Tier 2 with the Care Portal. On behalf of Jackson County Children's Division, just wanted to say thank you for your ongoing partnership and your time in helping the children and families that we work with. Wanted to help everybody get started by hopefully answering a few of the questions that you may have on how the process starts and what to expect, and hopefully answer any questions you have about transporting our kids and youth that we work with. After you are approved to start working with our kids and families and you've gone through all of the application process and you see a post that you're interested in volunteering for and you respond to that post, that goes to a specialist located in our office. That specialist is going to connect you with the ongoing caseworker who's working with the family, and that caseworker is going to give you her contact information, his or her contact information, as well as his or her supervisor's contact information, as well as any information you need to know in order to be able to do the transportation for that child or family. We will be posting things that could be short-term requests. We'll be posting things that could be long-term requests. So they'll let you know in the request, as well as answer any questions that you may have when you're talking to the caseworker. An example of a short-term request would be when a child's initially removed and they have their home of origin might be in, for example, Independence, and they might be placed physically in Blue Springs in a foster or relative home, but we want to make sure that they're staying in their home school, and so we need transportation for a short term until we can coordinate something with the school about 1 to 2 weeks later that they can produce ongoing transportation for that child for. So you may be picking a child up in Blue Springs and transporting them to Independence in the morning and perhaps even in the night for a period of one to 2 weeks. Those would be an example of our short-term requests. An example of long-term requests would be we have ongoing sibling visitation and ongoing parent-child visitation. With those visits, we need transportation to a variety of locations. We could have multiple kids in different foster homes throughout the city and in a centralized location for the visit to occur. You would be transporting for those visits, and those visits could change throughout the year, but we're hoping that you would commit to being their transportation person for about a year if possible. We could start with parent-child visits or sibling visits for about 1 hour, or it could expand to 3 hours or longer. You're not expected, nor do we need you to stay during the visit time, just to come and pick them up when the visit's over. You are transporting our youth. Some of them may strike up conversations with you, and that's okay. Please don't be nervous. Sometimes they might share personal information, and just make sure that you're there to listen and to help them with anything that they need, and anything that you hear that may be concerning, please make sure you just let the caseworker know what that is, and they can help you with next steps if there is any. It's just going to be normal conversation, nothing to be nervous about. Just make sure that it's natural and that you're there to listen and provide normal everyday conversation when you're transporting them. And just remember that we don't want any social media or taking any pictures of our youth, and to remember that the conversations that you guys are having are to remain confidential, since these are kids in foster care. Things that they are telling you should really only be shared with the case manager or anyone on a business as needed reason to know. Remember also that our kids need to be properly restrained in car seats, and just kind of wanted to go over some of the laws for the state of Missouri on what car seats requirements are for our kids. Any kid under the age of 8 years old or 80 pounds has to be properly restrained in a booster seat. 4 years old or younger or 40 pounds needs to be restrained in a proper safety seat. Infants 0 to 1 need to be placed in a rear-facing infant seat. There are recommendations to keep kids rear-facing, perhaps up to the age of 2 years old, so long as they are not too tall to where they don't properly fit in a rear-facing seat. However, by law, at 1 year old, you can turn them around in their infant's carrier where they're front-facing. While we are getting everything started with the Care Portal, we are hopeful that connections will be made just by providing transportation, and that you make a connection with a child or a family that you would love to continue on in a different capacity. If at any time you ever feel like you've made that connection and you would like to be a mentor, or you would like to help the family in another capacity, please discuss that with the case manager. There's lots of options, and we would love to help make that happen for the kids and families, and would appreciate your help and willingness to continue that connection in a different way. I thank everyone so very much for taking time out of your busy lives to help the children and families of Jackson County. Look forward to this continued partnership as the Care Portal continues to grow. Thanks again.